That was an abrupt sound drop there. I had to check. Steve, you got to check that intro script to make sure it's working correctly, buddy. Come on. Holy smokes.
It was
All right.
loud. It was loud in my ear. I love the music though, but it was loud in my ears. I turned it down a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, there it is. It's back. It's back a little bit now. Got to keep that music going for a little bit at least.
I of course got to have the background. I love it. I love it. How
Yeah.
are you, my friend?
Oh man, I'm happy it's Friday. It's been a long, crazy, busy week. I was really looking forward to winter, to like getting back to some course design, and it's not happening. I'm busier than ever these days. How are you?
Well, you gotta find a way to get back into course. I am the course. You love the course design, and so you need to definitely get back into it for sure. You know.
I think I got to get my this is my daughter, like everyone knows my daughter's big time in the field hockey, and this is her recruiting year, so it's just been
you're out
crazy.
because you do a lot of, when we were chatting offline, you do a lot of recording of her at field hockey games, and you splice it together into like a promotional type video that the colleges or the coaches are looking at, right?
Yes, so that went
so
out recently, and then she had a showcase last weekend. One of her games, there were 37 coaches there.
Oh wow, that's great. Is she getting? Are you guys getting interest? Are you getting?
Well, they can't talk to us directly, but they are talking to her coaches, and we hear through
They're
them
talking to her
like
coaches.
stuff that
Got
they'd
it.
like to see her do better, right? Where they think potentially her weaknesses are. She's really good on offense. She's not great. She's a forward, so she is all offense, but she's very fast, very, very fast, but she needs to work on her defense. But
And she's what year?
Yeah.
What year in high school is she?
She's a sophomore.
She's a sophomore. So junior year, they can start talking to her directly.
They can start talking to her summer June.
Summer June. As soon as the sophomore year ends, then she. Yeah. Okay, that's right. Because we went through it. My daughter was a senior, but she was talking to coaches her junior year. We didn't get into the golf side of the recruiting until the junior year of college of high school. But anyway, it's it's an interesting process. We were a little different. We used a tool that you subscribe to, and it's basically like LinkedIn for college recruiting. D1, D2, D3, doesn't matter. And you set a profile page and you upload videos like you're doing, and there's a messaging area in it, and there's search functionality, and based on what coaches can go in and say, I'm looking for this kind of player for this year. And then my daughter puts in, like, I want to go to warm weather school. And anyway, it does a bunch of matching and stuff. So we use that, and we think that's how the coach that she ended up landing with, the school, found her. But yeah, it's an interesting process going through the high school to college recruiting. So we're both been through it and going through it, you know?
Yeah, field hockey, it works. They look at the like the all-state teams. So she's first team all-state, and so she emails them and says, I will be here. This is my game schedule. I was first team all-state. I was Nexus, this team, national team, this, and then they show up to watch.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
That's cool. And I guess that's the way you got to do it, because you can't, like, for my daughter, she actually went
scores.
out.
You have a handicap. You have
a handicap, you have scores, you've got all of that. And then when she went out, she actually brought her clubs and played. She went with the coaches and went and played and got to see her in action on it. It's hard to do that with field hockey. You can't just impromptu fire up a game.
Yep. Then she'll go to these colleges. They get around the recruiting. They have camps, so she can go and pay and go to these camps. Then she gets a look there, but she can't go to 37 camps. So she has to narrow things down to probably at least under 10 schools at least.
Yeah. Yep. All right.
Yeah, we're taking it easy tonight.
Today. We are.
Because you got to drive. We actually got to do a quick show today. We got to move in here, and then and I am starting to feel under the weather. I'm a little concerned here that I'm getting sick, so I'm going to stick to water.
Take it easy going into the holiday break coming up here, and I'm rocking my corksicle, golf themed corksicle, as you can see, with my golf and my full of water today. I figured it would not. Yeah, it would be. It wouldn't be good for me to finish recording and then after a few bourbons and go to my kid's school and pick them up, and half shit faced and let me pick up my kid from school.
So with that all being said, let's get into some new courses. What do you say?
Let's go. There's a bunch.
Yeah.
What were we? 2 weeks or last 2 weeks? We didn't record over Thanksgiving, so 2 weeks since our last recording, right?
Yes, you're
Yeah.
right. Yes,
2 weeks
yes,
almost
yes.
to the day. Yep.
So let's get going here. We have a handful of courses this week. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do we have 25? I think we have 25. We'll see
I
here.
think we have 25.
Sorted by designer name. Let's go. We got Nord Center Golf frame in Finland by Mr. Amache.
Amache.
We got the Whoville Par 3s. I think this is our first holiday course that's been released.
It might be. It's cute
The
too. It's
year,
fun.
I should say this year.
This year.
Yeah.
It's cute. I played through it, and I thought it was a fun little course. So nice job, Seadrum.
We've got Willow Oaks Golf Club by another one by Seadrum, who is just pumping out courses now. That one's in the Ozarks in Alabama. No, that's not the Ozarks. Isn't the real Ozarks in Missouri?
Yeah, I think so. The real Ozarks are Missouri, not the real, but Ozark of Missouri. I think that's right.
Yeah, the Ozarks, what they call the Ozarks, I think is Missouri.
Yes.
Coasing.
I think you're
right. We got the Ledges. I haven't heard much about this course. Or this guy that built this.
Or this guy. I don't know. I don't know anything about this course at all.
So is he is officially working for GS Pro now?
He is. No? They do. Now, I don't know if it's a contractor deal or if it's on the payroll. I couldn't tell you. But yes, he announced that they are officially in a partnership, let's call it that, where he is designing courses for them. Now, what I don't know and what Chris hasn't said is it fictional courses going into things like the Op 36, or are they courses missing off GS Pro? I don't know.
Yeah. I guess we'll find out more at some point.
I guess we'll find out more, but he makes great courses. So, I mean, he's a good one to get on their payroll.
All right. Now I got to put on my Swedish hat. And,
I've been waiting all week for this, by the way. So this is part of the show right here.
And now we have Dallas Sandneset Golf Club in Oostersund, Joplin. All right. That's all you're going to get from me today.
That's all you're going to get today.
We got Bay Islands by Dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
Yeah. Is that a first course? Is he blue with that?
Ooh, that's a good question. He might be. That name does not sound familiar in the course list, so I will double check that.
Dinosaur. It's cool.
I do too.
And then we have, so that's New Zealand. So maybe Dev has broken out with a new designer name, because Dev does all the courses in Australia. Maybe he said, hey, I'm going to start doing some in New Zealand. My new name's Dinosaur.
So you think Dev is Dinosaur? I like that. You think Dev is Dinosaur?
Or they're cousins or something. They're related
because he's
somehow,
in a different.
Right?
He's technically in a different country. Like they're across the ocean or across the water. But yes.
Yeah. Of course, we say that. That would be like someone saying, Amache's my brother because he's in Canada and I'm in the U.S.
And you're in the U.S. Right. I have a cousin, an old, how do I say this? She's an older cousin of mine that has lived in the Upper East or Upper West side of Manhattan somewhere for like 60 years. She's been there she's still in a rent, for those who live in New York, she's still in a rent-controlled apartment. I don't even think they have them anymore, but she's so grandfathered in, she's in a rent-controlled apartment still, right?
Nice.
To her, me living in Colorado, I might as well be on the other side of the globe.
Yeah, right.
Like anything outside of the river, off of the island of Manhattan is a different country to her. So I feel like that's the way between Australia and New Zealand. They're like right across the street from each other. No, they're a lot farther than
that. We have the Poo Poo Club. We're in 5th grade again. The Purpoo Dock Club.
I can't even pronounce it. But...
Purpoo Dock. Purple Poo Dock?
I can't. I'm going to go in a bad place with it.
Yeah, there we
keep
go.
Going. Next one.
Yeah.
Good job,
by Eagle 11. We got Gojo Holo, who released Hindhead.
Gojo Holo is one of the most fun names to say. I just like saying Gojo Holo.
Well, we went through the whole thing. Wasn't there like a monster or something you got his name from? Remember one of our first episodes we got into that with him, like where he got the name from, I thought.
It's like saying Cornholio.
Yeah. from my teepee, from my phone.
Exactly. It's like saying Cornholio.
Dye's Walk Country Club. I assume it's a Pete Dye course by Indy Scott in Greenwood, Indiana.
It could be Steve Dye, Pete's younger brother. Less known.
Yes, he's from Canada.
You have to walk that course. You can't ride it. It's a walking course
exactly.
only.
Then we got a pair by MacGyver GT. We got the Navy Jeep Golf Club Cruiser, Navy Golf Club Destroyer. Those were fun to play. Lots of
those were fun
stuff
to
going
play.
on.
I think there was some nice little add-ons on those courses, which I enjoyed. Yep.
Yeah, well done on those. We got the and this one. I keep on thinking croquet, but it's not. It's croquet. You know.
I say
Minnesota.
croquet. It's Croquet Country Club, if you ask me.
Yes, it is. You just misspelled it, McGregor.
My problem is the same thing. Like we were talking about, are McGregor or MacGyver the same guy?
That's what I've thought for the longest time. And apparently, they're not. We've been saying this. We got our theme for the week. All the designers are the same.
They're all the same designers.
Designer twinsies.
Only designers in the house.
Yes. Then we got Pac-Man that released a couple. I'm assuming that these were on his Patreon. He's cycling these out. So we got a golf club, the Buckingham. You would think that would not be in Canada. You think it'd be in UK, but it's not. It's in Quebec. We got Winghaven Country Club in Missouri, O'Fallon, which apparently isn't far from the Ozarks. I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
I will tell you real quick though. Pac-Man and I think it was right before Thanksgiving, but we just played in the beta channel, and we got together and played 18, and he shared out his Patreon, and we played one of his courses that's on his Patreon. It was a Half Moon Bay course, and man, it was awesome. And I was poking through his Patreon. There are some really great courses out there on some of those private servers. So highly encourage you guys, if you're not already, look at some of the Patreon guys. They've got some really high quality work behind that on that Patreon server.
Yeah, whole other world behind those Patreons.
Whole other world. Yep.
Whole other world. We got Banbury Golf Course in Eagle, Idaho by Pete Toad.
It was actually commissioned by Burberry.
Yes. DPC Craggy Ranch, Scott H67 in Texas. Love the name, Craggy Ranch. All right.
Craggy Ranch. Real
Alpine
course.
Country Club by Tech Bud.
Yep.
Okanee Country Club by Tech Bud. Way Eagle Golf Club by Tech Bud.
And I'm thinking same thing. He's filtering through new on it because they've got to keep a certain number in GS Pro to Patreon ratio.
I'm surprised though the number that he has in GS Pro.
He's got so many. He's probably has.
Shit.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's not doing commissions anymore. So
he's not. Yeah. He's not. So
he's concentrating on Patreon.
I don't know. I feel like I see him doing some posting every now and then. Like here's a new course on my Patreon. So I don't think he's doing commissions.
Oh, he's not. He's making courses specifically for his Patreon, and like he's letting his members vote for them and then getting them. But you can't go to him and say, I want you to build my home course.
We're doing a fun thing here. One of my friends runs a virtual tee. He runs a virtual golf league, like kind of like your indoor. Well, yours is a real world, but this is a virtual one. Uh-huh. And he came to me and said, "Hey, I want to run a couple week series, a tournament over the holiday. Can we use your course?" I'm like, "Sure, of course." So he asked me to pick my 6 favorite courses, and the winner of the tournament gets to pick, and I'll build a course for him.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's I think cool. There's 40. I think there's 40 guys, or 30 or 40 guys signed up to be in it, and it's just like a stable format over a 6-week period, and then whoever wins, they'll pick a course, and I'll build it for them.
That's fun.
I thought it'd be fun. Yep.
Yeah. We got Sasquatch Canyon course by T Love out in Park City, Utah. We got Fernie Golf Club in Canada by T Squared. SGT West Stadium course by T Squared. We have the Towhee Club in Tennessee by Velcro. Is that Velcro? 615.
Velcro.
I think that's
the
first course. Yeah,
it is, and the other one was the first course as well. I did check that one.
Okay, and then we got ZZ Top, ZZ Gym.
ZZ
Granite
Gym.
Point. Yeah.
The problem is I don't see ZZ Gym. I see something else.
Yes. I don't know if it's the sound you make or if that's what it is.
Exactly. But yes,
The
granite
good
point.
thing about his name, though, is if since we're doing this in designer alphabetical order, we definitely know we're at the end of the list now.
We are at the end of the list. Yes, and we had 3 blues today.
3 blues. Yes,
Yep.
that's awesome. Wow.
Yep.
So it
That's
is.
great.
We are officially into golf building season because they
Yeah, we
are
are.
new designers, lots of stuff happening. Yeah.
Yep. Designers, don't be afraid to ask in the designer Discord. We're all here to help if you have questions.
All right.
Let's go.
So that brings us to the Pals, right?
Yay! Explosion. How do you want to tee
Yes.
it up?
Let's tee it up with the ledges,
Ledges.
right? I would say that if we didn't give this an MPAL, there'd probably be like a lot of people that would say, "What the heck are you guys doing?" Right?
We might lose all 121 views.
Yeah, yeah. All of our I don't even know if our 100 subscribers. Uh, so we were talking earlier. This would probably like if we were still going through the ace, birdie,
Yes.
eagle.
I miss those, by the way, to be fair.
Yes,
I miss the
this would
ace,
have been an
birdie, the
ace.
eagle. This was an ace. This was the course after I went through all the courses that set the bar for all the other courses this week. Sorry, it just did.
Yeah, I don't know if like setting the bar for the courses this week or just setting the bar for courses going forward.
In general, correct. Yeah, fair. Yeah, yeah, fair. So, I
Yeah,
mean, man, CE Sim has just developed such a great talent for building these courses and such a great mastery of all the tools. That when he comes together with a course, and especially when you pair it with a really great course, right?
yeah,
Um, this was great. This was fun.
yeah. Yeah, and I think he's we talked about we think he's doing some stuff for GS Pro now.
Yep.
So let's look at the first tee box, man. This is like you just open this thing up and like just a tad of gradient fog, enough that you're not sure it's there, but it
Yep.
makes the trees. I think it disguises some of that. Like you look down and you see those billboards, and it just helps with the billboards,
Yep.
colors of the tree. There's a great hue, a great theme, a consistent theme here between all the colors. Um, and then you just have like everything he did custom on here, right? Between
Well, the rock walls. Go back one sec,
yeah,
real quick, and they hold a special place for me. Those rock kind of border walls. He helped me. I don't know, maybe 6-8 months ago or so, and he taught me in Blender how to create. Using the mesh, duplicating the line and create it, and extruding out and creating rock walls like this. And so when I opened up this course and I saw that, I used that technique on my Ravenna course that we looked at a while ago.
yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, hey, I learned something the CE gave me." Like, it's awesome. I love that look, and I can relate to it because he taught me how to do it.
Yeah. And then the rock work. There's tons of this all over the course.
Yeah, it's great. It's so well. The shadows on it, the shading of it, the color of it, the grass planted on top of it. It's just extremely natural. I mean, I think if I had to nitpick anywhere, maybe a little 2D grass planted down at the bottom of the rock, kind of in
Yeah,
that crevice there. There's no mower that's going to get in there, and even if you weed whack, I mean, but now I'm really looking for something to nitpick on.
right, right. Um, Great vegetation, right?
Yep. Yep, good mix. It's funny too when you look straight down, it's not nearly as thick as it looks here. We've talked about that in the past. The addition of the rocks and then those little trees in there. There's like 2 or 3 different types of trees. And then the little pops, and you talk about this a lot. The little pops of green grass, the little pops of color just give it extra depth, which is really nice. Not all uniform.
Great,
Yep.
great grass work. And he also did he does a ton of like bunker stuff too,
He does a
right?
ton. I didn't get it. I actually, when I got some of these screenshots, I didn't get bunker screenshots only because we've gotten it in the past. And these look really, really good. So I figured we've already talked about his bunker work because it's so good.
Yep. Um,
Really,
you found this one, right?
really, this is right. I think this is behind 8, the house right behind 8 green. And I did happen to go a little long. And yes, this is out of bounds. I get it, but like really, you couldn't put all the detail work you put in. You couldn't put a water plane. You couldn't put a water plane in the pool, and maybe somebody swimming and someone lounging on the chair with with a
Now
drink in their
I
hand.
had used like a lot of like prefab houses for they weren't prefabs, but like houses that I got from somebody for Kapalua, and like the pool water came with the prefabs. I don't know, maybe he drug this in. It just wasn't in. He just
No,
kind
I've
of
actually I've used this same asset before, and
okay.
these have the pool is dug out actually lower than the mesh there, and it doesn't have a water plane built onto it. You have to just add a water. I use the regular water plane or regular plane, and then I just
Yeah,
do the
and just
aqua
add
slite
this.
water on
Yeah,
it. Yep.
yeah. All right. So nice job.
And I will tell you, and I'm not going to give it away. Y'all need to go find. There are a bunch of Easter eggs on this course. So look around hole 11, hole 7. Look around hole 9. I think it was. I'm not going to give them away here. We're not going to give them away here so that you guys can go hunt them and find them. But he put a bunch of neat little Easter eggs throughout the course. I'm sure I didn't find them all.
All right, and we got the SGT West Stadium course. So congratulations,
Yay!
T squared
T
on
squared.
another MPOW. Right,
He's
definitely not his
another one
first.
like T squared and CE Sim. They don't release courses that don't get MPOWs. I don't remember the last time either of them didn't get an MPOW when they released a
Yeah,
course.
yeah. I thought I saw something the other day. Oh man, I should have passed it as post of the week. It was something about Grey Wolf. I think it was like another post or someone said, "Hey, have anyone played that Grey Wolf course?"
Oh my god.
Yeah,
No, what is it? Never heard of it.
never heard of it. Um, So SGT West. So this is I don't. I thought for sure when I opened this up and I saw all the SGT like logos in here, I thought for sure that maybe this was like some SGT championship event for some reason that he made this, but it isn't. I think it's just he just decided to make a lot of
SGT
GS Pro
themed
logos,
course. Yeah.
SGT logos. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, pretty cool stadium course. There aren't any people in there. We all can go back and forth. You know how it's really hard to add humans in there because of the try count, because of the
Yep.
overhead GPU.
Yep.
But it's really cool logos in here. Fun course. This was one I was tempted on playing this with my indoor league, but we ended up playing the ledges this week. So I kept this one in the back pocket. We ended up just dropping a ball around, playing a lot of closest to the pin because there's a lot of water on the
There's a
course.
lot of water. Yep.
Yeah, so
Yep.
we had a lot of fun with that because we do the thing. If you drop it in the water when we're playing closest to the pin, you got to do a shot. And there were a lot of shots, and that's why I was up until 1 o'clock. And how I'm not feeling that great today. So I have the Irish flu. No, I am actually feel like I'm getting sick. And then he had this really cool scoreboard on there. So I don't know who we were talking. I don't know who these names are. Are they random? I
I
mean,
don't either. I don't recognize. I mean, I recognize Chubbs.
yeah,
Um,
lipped out.
Rusty Shackleford sounds like something I should know.
Yeah,
I have no clue who Travis Basante is.
yeah, yeah.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
either. But it
I don't
cycled through several screens of people, so that was kind of fun. Nice little Easter egg
know.
here. So nice job on the course there.
Yep, great job, bud.
And
He
another one
gets
we're going to
another
dig into is
one.
the Fernie Golf Club by T Squared.
He scored.
Yep, there we go.
Is he
Congratulations.
building? I should know this. Is he building commission or is he just building for fun?
I think he's definitely licensed. I think he is building.
Because I know he's licensed, but a lot of the guys that build for
Yeah,
fee, they kind of do like a basic and an
yeah,
average and a good. And he seems like only put out really high quality stuff.
yeah. I don't know. Um,
Okay.
there's so many licensed people now. They're like 30 licensed people
Oh, I
now.
know.
I
There's a
think
ton.
there's a ton. And then we had the whole. I don't know. Maybe we'll get into it. The whole Lidar King drama
Oh
that was going
yeah,
on too.
we talk. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, we should talk about that.
So Fernie driving range, pretty straightforward, right? Um,
But what I noticed about the driving range, look at the sign. Turn
Turn
around to
around.
practice chipping.
Oh, wow,
So
that's cool.
now
I
the
didn't even
next
think about.
screenshot, I turned around 90 degrees, and there's right there from that same thing is a little pitching putt.
Huh?
You like pitch.
That is brilliant.
That's a great idea, and I was doing it. I turned around and I was working on chipping over the water onto the green there.
Wonder if you could
Like,
like turn around and just because like in practice, no, you can't. When you are in the driving range, you can't drop the ball anywhere, can you? No.
Correct. I don't think you can.
I was
No.
going to say if you put a putting green, like say turn right and move it over the putting green, but you can't. The ball, yeah, the ball isn't.
Well,
You
we
just can't
almost
drop it anywhere.
need, and I know like we neither one of us had a feature request for today, but we now that I'm thinking about it, our in our last two shows ago, we were suggesting adding putting greens, right?
Yeah,
And
right,
even a greenkeeper having a putting green place where you can put where the ball is going to originate from. We could also do the same for chipping green, where in
right.
greenkeeper you put your where you're going to tee off from for your driving range. Maybe there's a little tee off for your putting thing, and there's one tee off for chipping. You can put one next to it and have a little chipping thing.
Yeah, I mean maybe that's where the UI changes when you go to the driving range. Up in the upper left, one says like DR for driving range, one says CP for chipping practice, one says PG for putting green,
For
and
putting, yep.
you cycle between them, something like that.
Well, this is cool. Like it literally just turned around 90 degrees.
Yeah, I like it.
And it
It's a
worked.
great idea.
Yep.
I love it.
Yep.
So first of all, kind of like, where was this course? Where is this?
British Columbia.
Okay, I was gonna
So
say
which
it kind
makes
of
sense
like,
for the mountains.
yeah, I was gonna say it maybe Colorado, but as like the rustic feel to it would be
Yep.
British Columbia for sure. Yeah.
Yep. That's why I liked it a lot. It feels like home. It felt like home to me.
Yeah, I like the like. I had like a train set and like Durango. I feel like Durango, like train, like Wild West kind of thing with the logo here. I love the theme of it, especially with the logo here and the
Yep.
flags, and then
Yep.
the coal carts, placed around with the flowers in them. Nice stuff, right?
Yep.
Nice water.
Water, and I just thought this was great. The watercolor, and Run Put Run's kind of like the king of. He makes his water look so good, and this water was really good. I like the reflection off of it. The trees lined up, the grasses look good. This was right off. You can see at the very bottom left corner. You can see there's the 3D geo. This is just right off the rough. So you see this throughout the course, and it was just really well done.
Yep, good stuff. All right, congratulations on the MPAL.
Good job. Congratulations.
So, moving on, kind of a new section here and some show changes are we're going to do MPAL quick hits because we feel sometimes we're like, oh my gosh, we have 8, 9 courses that we want to give MPALs to, but we just can't cover this many courses. So, going forward, we're probably going to like deep dive into maybe 1 or 2 courses, but we still want to give people the recognition when they have a good course that we think is worthy of an MPAL.
Right.
So we're going to call these the MPAL quick hits. So we're not going to do a lot of screenshots. Actually, we're going to do 1 screenshots in these course. And then, of course, traditional AI, I did this, and we got MPAL something quick hits and wow at the
What
bottom. Yeah.
is that something? It's not. It's like
I don't know.
M.
I thought it was hilarious. Like AI is
Wow.
just MPAL.
Empua. Quick
Yeah.
hit with an
Yeah.
ow in the bottom.
Yeah. Ow. Yeah.
Ow. How? Wow. I don't know. Wow. Okay.
All right. So here are the MPAL quick hits. First one, we're going to give Sasquatch Canyon by T Love. Now, the main reason I gave this an MPAL was when I rate courses, I've got like actually, I started using this equation now where I rate the performance of the course. Is it a dog? Is it how well the execution of like
Yep.
the builder execution? The course itself, is the course fun to play? And
Yep.
also creativity, right?
Yep.
This one scored very high marks in creativity because I
Yep.
love, and T Love has done this before in a couple areas where he kind of tells a story. You start playing this course at Sasquatch, you see like you're waiting for this thing to come out. And as you progress through the course, you see some things, and then and actually you do see a Sasquatch at some point. So,
Right.
and I like the fog rolling across here. It was kind of mysterious looking. Um, we did notice like the 3DG, I think, could use some work on the course. You can see some stubbliness in there.
Yep.
So execution was still good. I think it could have been a little bit better. But congratulations, T Love, on Sasquatch Canyon on that MPAL.
It was great.
Winghaven Country Club by Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
Just a fun course that I think this was just an overall good course. It was fun to play. The layout was good. The execution, it's Pac-Man. Of course, the execution was good. Um, felt like a more of an upper level build to me as well, like a more of a probably not a premium build, but still pretty good. He's got some sat shading on the cart pass here, which I absolutely love. I think it makes a huge difference. And overall, good course. Any words on that one?
No, I listen. I love his shading. He does his colors are always so good. I love he takes time. We talked about in the past about putting his the sat shader on the cart path, right? And his grasses are some of the best out there. And it was a great course, fun course too, by the way.
Yep. Congratulations, Pac-Man.
Congratulations, Pac-Man. Loved it.
And we also have DPC
Craggy
Craggy
Ranch.
Ranch.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yep.
what do you think about this one,
This is
Mashi?
Yeah, another great course. Really well done, and it is out in Texas. And we thought that the combination again of the course, how fun the course was, is a really good job. There's a little bit of spots here and there. The water, I think the water's a little bit brown. Personally, for me, the deep rough grasses look great, trees look great, an overall fun layout. So another really great addition to GS Pro. People have a fun time playing this one.
Yeah. I think the water, yeah, I agree with the watercolor. It's almost not necessarily it could be brown to me, but not this color brown. Like
But that
this
color
look,
brown,
I
correct?
think what he was going through, it looks like maybe it just rained a lot yesterday, and the water's coming through. But yeah, I would like to change that watercolor just a tad to something a little different.
And
But
I looked at a couple screenshots online for this one, and it wasn't quite the exact angle, but you can see the sat shading or the satellite imagery, I should say, on the
yeah,
side
popping
of
up
that
through there.
hill popping through there. And I would love to see grasses come down, but it's kind of like that in real life. Like there is a definite darker brown towards the top, and then a lighter where the it's almost like dried limestone in the bottom half of it. So it's kind of like that in real life. So I get where he was going for, and I really give him high marks for what he did. But it also at times a little satty in certain spots.
Yeah, and as much as Sasquatch was creative, I think this course itself was a lot of fun. It was definitely a thinking
Agreed.
man's course, right?
Agreed. Yep. Yep. For sure.
Congratulations.
And Dallas,
And Dallas, we're gonna give you an MPAL for Sanaset.
sand
Sanaset?
the floor,
Yeah,
sand
Golf
the paint the
Club.
fence, sand the
Yeah.
floor. Um, Great course, great colors. I love it. This one felt again. I felt like I was like later in the evening. It was darker. The texture colors are darker. Lots of really nice vert painting. I actually like, by the way, and I've started to do something similar. I like that he didn't spline a walking path because I do find those walking paths when we just do it the way we have instructed people and I do it is they're too symmetrical, right?
Yeah.
They're never that straight. And I like the way he vert painted in a walking path up. He did that throughout the course. It's really nicely done. His grasses are great. The colors are great. The trunks of the trees look great. There's water in lots of places, and it was a fun course to play.
Yep. Yep. Definitely a fun course.
So great
Yep.
job, Dallas. Nice job. Congrats. You got a couple MPOWs now. Keep up the great work, bud.
All right, and we're moving on to post of the week. I
Post
gotta
of the
I
week.
gotta get Steve to he really
Fix the
needs
music,
to.
Steve.
I know. Well, yeah. I think yeah, Steve. We gotta work on that. All right, so I don't have any posts of the week this week.
I
So these
do.
are all you. So
They're all
here
me. All right.
we go.
I'm 15 feet
Oh
wide.
God.
Do I have the hitting area in the middle or do I offset it? First, first off, if you're 15 feet wide, if you'd hit go, please, Steve, I recommend Ozempic. Because if you're if you're 15 feet wide,
Oh, Zampic.
if you're
You
15 feet
know.
wide, there's a bigger problem at stand than the way I know what he meant by putting you 15 feet wide. But I love the way
Yes.
people word things in Facebook.
Yeah, and you're gonna catch shit as soon as you post something like that, for sure.
Exactly, and I'm looking for them.
Yeah.
Hey, is there a way of deleting courses? No, never, ever. You are stuck. You're never allowed to ever delete a course. You're only allowed to download only.
And I think I saw this when I was like, yes, dude, the trash can. Just
Like
click
that's
the trash
yeah.
can
Now I get it. There's not an icon next to the download button, so you do have to
anymore.
move
Yeah.
the mouse up to the info button and then over to the delete button. It's a
Yeah.
two-step process.
I do have to say that the new way, it makes it a lot harder for me. Like, cause on my when we review the
100%.
courses, I download every week 20 courses, I review them, and then next week I get rid of those and I bring in the
Yep.
new ones.
Same.
And so now I'm going into the courses folder to delete stuff because it
I'm
takes
doing
too
the
long.
same thing because it's like it was nice to go delete,
Yeah, yes.
and now I've got
Yeah.
to go in and delete and in and delete and in and delete. And I will also say, okay, I know we didn't request a feature request, but I'm going to add a late minute feature request in GS Pro. Make the hit boxes of the delete button and a little bit bigger because I
Oh
miss it.
yeah.
I click it like 3 times. Like make it old guys like
It
us need bigger hit boxes.
Yeah, and also maybe it would help with people like this who don't know how to, because like the trash can's really small, so
The
maybe
trash
it was
can is really
bigger,
small and yeah,
or make
exactly.
it
So
actually say delete
yeah.
and remove. Yeah, yeah.
This is dedication.
What?
This dude is waiting for his 2 lab putters to be delivered. So while he's waiting for them, he created cardboard cutouts of
No.
the actual size, drew what the lines would look like.
What? Too much time on your hands. Come on.
I
Really?
mean, dude, I get it takes a few weeks once you place your order, but really, you drew a cardboard cutout and then
To do
you
what? Look at it?
I don't compare the size against each
And
other.
and what do you use for a shaft?
I guess he had a shaft lying around. I mean, it just sounds bad,
The
but
weight. Oh my God. I can't. I can't. I can't.
I thought this was pretty good actually. I'm like, wow, that's dedication right
Dude,
there.
talk about a lab putter fanboy, right?
Fanboy right there. I'm gonna spend. Hey, honey, what you working on? Will you feed the kids? No, I'm busy. I got a project. Hey, honey, I was in a car accident today. Hang on. I gotta
Oh my
finish
God.
cutting up my
Oh
lab
my God,
golf.
I can't. Can't.
Hey, boss, you got that? You got that
That's a good
presentation
one.
ready for me? Nope, not yet.
Yeah.
um,
I did see this one. This is
Anyone
I
tried
did
using
really
GS
bad.
Pro through an Xbox? First off, it's Xbox, and it's not GS Pro. It's GS Pro, and it's not Xbox. It's Xbox game system. I don't know how you would possibly try to do this.
And
They're
why? Why?
they're 2 different operating systems. You
Let's face it,
cannot.
like if you're gonna play a golf, just get TGC.
Correct. TGC is on Xbox.
Yeah, just get
Yep.
that. And it's a
Just get
lot
that. You
cheaper
can use
too.
controllers. It's $29.99.
Or like, does this guy really want to like hook his Xbox up to a sim or something? Or
I don't.
yeah, at the end of the day, with this probably guy, probably I have an Xbox. I don't want to buy a computer.
That's what it
Can't
is. I
I
got an
leverage
Xbox.
that?
I bought an Xbox for the kids last year. I don't want to buy a computer, so can I
Yeah,
use my Xbox? That's my
yeah.
guess. So
That's
anyway,
totally what he's trying to do. Yep,
yeah,
yep, yep, yep.
agreed. May the course be with you. For those Star Wars fans, I am one of them out there. May
This
the
should
course
be
be with you.
the on the screen for the Moss Desertly and for
This
the Sanctuary
and for
Moon.
for yes, I agree. Well, look at the detail. The club head covers are Darth Vader and Stormtroopers on the bag. It's
Yeah.
so good, and I love that Darth Vader's wearing a visor. He's got a red visor on his
And
helmet
plaid shorts.
and plaid shorts and
Nice.
golf shoes.
It'd be great if you could make this like action and like have the stormtrooper. I'm jumping the shark here. Have the stormtrooper swing and miss the ball, because they can't hit
Yeah,
anything, and then have Darth Vader flick his finger and hit it.
had it as a hole in one. I actually like that the stormtrooper has Nike shoes on. You can see this swoosh in the bottom.
That's great. And Darth Vader has golf shoes on too. That's
He's
good.
got a golf
I
glove
love
on.
it, guys. I love it. Well
It's
done.
so good. It's so good. I would pay to see someone walk around and play a course like that. That's awesome.
Nice. Yes, absolutely.
You can read this.
Put it
And,
in the wrong hole twice, but at least his wife isn't sore. Nice. Nice.
speaking of the whole Bryson fiasco, I don't even know if we want to talk about it at all, but
Yeah.
this would be a good segue for it.
Yes, it would be. Yeah, I think what else can be said? I mean, if you're listening to this show, you probably know all about it
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
takedown and how people are. I don't know. I have mixed feelings on it. I don't know. Like
Here's
people
my
are coming down on
question.
Bryson. I'm not sure if Bryson really had anything to do with it, or his lawyer said you really should stop this. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure the lawyer had something to do with it, but like here's my question though. Was it the novelty of doing the exact same thing that Bryson was doing with a replica of the house and everything, or is it the novelty of trying to hit a hole in one over a house? Like if it were to come back over a completely different house,
It's not going to be as popular.
it won't be as popular. Yeah,
No, like
yeah.
it's what you want to do.
What the influencer was
it was a
doing,
viral thing going on, and you wanted to do the same thing. And now that it's over, that's over, and
it's
you won't
over.
hear about it ever again
Yep,
until he does something else. Kind of. I don't want to say that was silly. It was pretty cool what he was doing.
it
I
was
have to
pretty
admit,
cool actually.
I
Yeah,
enjoyed watching it.
me too.
Not really happy about the takedown, but I again, I don't know if it was him. I could totally see like lawyers hearing about this, going to Bryson and saying, we need to take this down because of XYZ. I don't know.
My only thought was he has worked really hard to grow his social media influencer
Yeah,
network,
a
and
man of
this
the
is another
people,
way of
you
getting
know.
more people to go watch what he was already doing. And but I don't have any behind the scenes on it. So anyway,
Anyway,
um, he put it in the wrong hole twice.
yeah, I think
I
that's the
got
last
more.
one,
They're
right?
not done. There's
Oh, they're
more.
not done?
No,
Oh, you're right.
got to give it to our man. Adam wins the internet for the day. This is not Google.
How to install GS Pro on SkyTrack. Ah. There was and there was another one I meant to capture. There was a guy had asked something, and people were trying to help him, and he just was not giving them any details. What launch monitor? It shouldn't matter. You know, what
What?
projector do you have? It's a 4K, and it's just like, come on, dude.
Come
Like,
on. If people are
if you
trying
want
to help
help,
you, then
yeah,
forget it.
don't be a
Yeah.
douche.
Yeah, exactly. So that's all I've got. Those are all my posts
All
for the week.
right, I think you got to get going.
I
We
got to
want
go
to get
get
our
my kids
weekend
to
started.
school. Yep.
Yeah.
This is, I think, the shortest show we've ever done.
It might. Well, yeah, it's 43 minutes. You're right.
There you go. There you go.
Here we go.
There you go.
Okay.
Next week we'll see you guys and keep releasing those courses, and y'all have a great weekend.
Yep. See you guys. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching.